As a mom, do you feel the weight of life is crushing down on you? Do you feel the weight of work is so much on you? Do you feel the weight of parenting is so much on you? I'm here to tell you that you can learn to take control back of your life before you begin to feel overwhelmed, or before overwhelm takes control of your life. Are you that mom that constantly feels stretched in multiple directions? You're stretched here, stretched there, your children are stretching you, parenting is stretching you, family life is stretching you, work is stretching, and you just feel overwhelmed. Are you that mom that reacts impulsively? Or are you that mom that constantly loses your patience? You're constantly not managing your emotions well. You're constantly lashing out. You react impulsively. You don't even think before you respond. Are you that mom that constantly feel tired? You feel fatigued. You have a lot of weight on you and you feel tired. Do you feel guilty when you need personal time? Do you feel guilty when you say no? Most of us find it difficult to say no. Do you find yourself in this space? Do you constantly prioritize tasks that are not so relevant to you? You feel so selfish, like you don't feel selfish, like you allow other people encroach into your time. You find it difficult to say no. So when you're carrying out your tasks, you don't prioritize the most important tasks. Are you that mom that feels trapped in this being busy? You constantly tell yourself, I'm busy, I'm stressed, I don't have time. Now, if you find yourself here, you're not alone. That is why we're having this conversation, how we can move from this place to the place where we are in control of our lives, where we take back charge of our lives. Because the truth is that when you remain in this space, it helps to undermine your confidence. It helps you make you increased, you feel stressed the more. And it makes you to be anxious, because so many times you'll be like, oh my God, I don't know what next to do. I have a lot of things to do. Do you find yourself in that space? Now come closer and let us learn what to do better. Now, overwhelm is a common trap for a lot of moms. You know why? We have a lot of endless tasks to do. You have so many expectations. You have expectations on your children. People expect you to achieve a lot of things. You have endless tasks. You need to take care of the home. You need to take care of the children. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of work. You have so many things to do. And as a mom, there is something called self-imposed pressure. Most times we impose pressure on ourselves, pressure to act, pressure to achieve this, pressure to achieve that. So you're in this place where you feel overwhelmed. So if you carry on like this, like a mom, and you're not constantly checking yourself, you leave yourself unchecked, it can drain your confidence as a mom. It can also drain your patience. That is why you find that most times a lot of moms lash out so easily. They find it difficult to manage their emotions. A lot of moms are not happy. Most moms are either frowning or happy on the outside, but on the inside, they are carrying a lot of weight. That is why we must learn to manage our overwhelm. And it starts from a point of we being self-aware, being aware that I need to take a break, I need to have some rest, I need to prioritize, I need to say no. It starts from the point of we prioritizing what is important to us per time. In this season of your life, what is the thing that is important to you? You don't get yourself involved with so many tasks, so many activities that you feel stressed, you feel choked at the end. So we must be intentional with our self-care, our mind care, our emotional care, our spiritual care, every kind of care we need to show up for ourselves in the right way, in the best way. We must be intentional about it. We must be intentional about our mental health. We must be intentional about our emotional health. So how often do you check yourself? How often do you go on a journey of improving your mental health, your emotional health, and everything around you? How often do you do that as a mom? So we must take it seriously, because when we don't, we feel overwhelmed, and overwhelm can take control of our lives. Now, overwhelm is a signal. It's not a failure. If you feel overwhelmed, it doesn't mean you're failing as a mom, no. It's just a signal for you to work on yourself, work on your schedule, prioritize more, reflect more, take care of yourself more. It's just a signal for you to work on something, to act on something. So you're listening to me, you are that mom, or you know someone that feels overwhelmed. The person is not a failure. It's just a signal that that person needs to do something better. Now, as a mom, you must learn to manage your health. Your mental health is your responsibility. It's our responsibility. No one is going to leave theirs and come to manage yours or ours. Our mental health, our emotional health is our responsibility. How often do we regulate our emotions? How often do we even sit down and ask ourselves, oh my God, I think I did not really react well in this situation. We must take our health seriously. Every aspect of our health, our spiritual health, our mental health, our emotional health, we must take it seriously, because when we do, it helps us to reclaim our energy. It helps us not to pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup, obviously, as a mom. So you need to fill up yourself. You need to fill every aspect of you for you to reclaim that energy and be able to pour from the cup that is filled, from your cup that is filled. How often are you present with yourself as a mom? How often do you even sit down and reflect, journal your thoughts about your life? Or do you allow the pressures and the cares of everyone to encroach into your time so that you don't have time for yourself? Are you a calm mom, or do you allow every situation to make you to be on the edge? You're constantly yelling, constantly not at ease. Sometimes some people, their heart is and it's just moving. You're not at ease. When you do that, you're not really taking care of yourself. But we must learn to do the right things, because anything we do, the way we react, the way we respond emotionally, the way we model to our children, our children are picking, they are learning. So if you model the right emotional regulation, your children will definitely pick it up. If you model the right example, your children will definitely pick it up. So what can we begin to do as moms to step away from that place where we feel overwhelmed, where we begin to manage our life, not the other way, not overwhelm managing us? Number one, you must identify your triggers. So identify those tasks, those activities, those things that trigger you, those things that overwhelm you. It could be different things for different people. It could be, for some people, it could be maybe attending so many activities. That might be their trigger. It could be their children staying up late at night. That might be their trigger. It might be maybe their children coming back from school and they are tired and overwhelmed. What is that thing that is a trigger to you? Is it you having a lot of work to do, probably because you're giving your time to somebody or something else? You must identify your trigger as a mom. And number two, you must prioritize and delegate. Focus on what matters most to you. What is that thing that matters most to you as a mom in this season of your life? Focus on it. When you need help, ask for help. You can't do everything on your own. Ask for help. The help you need is just next door. The help you need is just around the corner. The help you need is just within your circle, within your space. Prioritize your tasks and ask for help when you need it. Learn to delegate tasks. Don't be that mom that wants to do everything yourself. You must learn. You must learn to delegate tasks so you can free up your space. Then the other thing we can do is to set breaks. So take breaks during the day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, to just cool off, to relax, to catch some air, to have some breathe, to take some air. Just breathe in, breathe out. Take some minutes to reflect. Take some minute to be mindful and ask yourself, oh, how is my day going? Oh, I think I feel tired. I need to rest. Take some minute to reflect. Then the other thing you need to do is to anchor in self-care. Take care of yourself, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your mental health, every aspect of your life. Self-care must be something that is done daily. Self-care is not a one-off thing. Self-care is not something you do once a month and you are done. Self-care is not something you do once a year and you are done with self-care. No. Self-care must be intentional. Self-care must be every day. Take care of yourself. Read a book. Journal. Write your thoughts. Spend some time with yourself. Reflect on your life, reflect on your goals, reflect on your errors, reflect on what you need to do better. What is that thing that makes you feel like you're taking care of yourself? If you need to take your walk, take your walk. You need to exercise, exercise. You need to eat well, eat well. We must be intentional about our self-care, because if you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. It's your responsibility. It's my responsibility. So we must prioritize our self-care. Every aspect of ourselves, we must prioritize care for ourselves. Then the other thing we can do not to be overwhelmed as mom is to reflect and adjust. So at the end of the day, reflect on what went well. Reflect on your day. Reflect if you were able to prioritize, if you were able to say no to those things, those people, those activities that are not so important in the season where you find yourself. When you reflect, you make adjustment, you make correction for the next day. You ask yourself, what can I do better the next day? So these are the things we can start to implement as moms that can help us not to be in that space where we feel overwhelmed and out of control. It is your duty, it is my duty to take back charge, control of our lives. And we've been able to state how we can take back control of our lives. We are not meant to live scattered lives. We are not meant to feel overwhelmed. Even in the midst of a lot of work, even in the midst of a lot of responsibilities, we can still find our peace. We can still find our calm when we do what we are expected or what we are supposed to do as moms. So I'm here to tell you that overwhelm doesn't have to control your life. It should rather be the other way. You should be the one that should have full control of your lives. We must take intentional steps to manage our schedules. We must take intentional steps to manage our life, to manage everything, every aspect of our life. Because when we manage every aspect of our life, we are able to find back our calm. We are able to reclaim our confidence. We are able to reclaim our presence as mom. The truth is that the exact energy your child needs, it can be found in your daily activities, in what you do daily, on a daily basis. So how do you put in your energy to your tasks? How do you put in your energy to the way you react to your child? If you don't rest, if you're overwhelmed, if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of your children, or you cannot take care of your activities well, because you'll be all over the place. Your emotions will be all over the place. You're not stable, you're not happy, you're all over the place. So we must get to this point where we are not overwhelmed, where we are able to manage ourselves, manage our tasks, manage our responsibilities with calm. We're able to prioritize. We're able to say no to the things that are not relevant in the season where we find ourselves as mom. I believe this video has been so helpful to you. Please like this video, please share this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Renewed Parent Academy. And my name is Chioma Odikolo. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate your time. Till I come your way next time, you'll have a great day, and bye.